Let's now switch our focus to tonight's discussion, and it will be about Lagos State and the Saturday governorship election. Between the PDP and the APC, the issues that cropped up over the past days have degenerated. Well, so many differences now in the state and controversies raging left, right, and center. Tonight, we shall be discussing some of the issues. If you go to some marketplace, since after the election, the outcome of the presidential and national elections had degenerated so badly that some people are hospitalized while others are recuperating in their homes. Why would politics degenerate to this point? Saturday is another election, the governorship election. In Lagos, it has not been an easy task conducting election in Lagos. There are some places there are hotbeds. What are the issues? The PDP and APC had been at loggerheads in Lagos. Joining me tonight is Mr. Wale Oluwo. Interestingly, Mr. Oluwo is a former commissioner of energy and mineral resources in Lagos, and is now a member of the PDP, a chieftain of the PDP in Lagos. He's worked with Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, the sitting governor in Lagos. He joins us in the studio. Now, we also have Mr. Nelson Ekujimi, an activist and a supporter of the Lagos APC. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
It's interesting. Saturday election, gentlemen, is looking as though it will be not only battle of words that we've seen between the two major parties in the land in Lagos, but it's looking like as if it's going to be war. If you hear the kind of stuff that are being said in some parts of the state, why has it gone to this, Mr. Luo?
Let me start by saying election is not a war. But when you bring desperation and violence to election process, then you cannot determine the consequence of where your action will take you. Now, for us in PDP, we have been peaceful and we have been abiding by the tenets of the electoral guidelines. You know, I'm from APC before I decamped. I know the party inside out. The truth of the matter is the kind of desperation I've seen being displayed by the APC during the last election and towards the build-up to this next election is very frightening for me. I think the way they are going about it is as if they lose this election, that will be the end of their lives. And it's not supposed to be like that.
What have you seen?
Let's start from the intimidation. The APC has been going about intimidating non-indigenous, one. They've been intimidating the traditional institutions, the obas, the chiefs, the kabiesis, the alus in Badagry, and threatening them insecurity of office if they don't deliver their areas to the APC. Are the traditional rulers supposed to be political participants? No. Now, they are bringing in the civil servants, because I got some information today as I was coming to the studio, that they are even asking civil servants who have PVCs to come and register. What is the essence of that? So if you intimidate civil servants and you are intimidating the political class, you are intimidating the non-indigenous, you are intimidating the traditional institution, and you are intimidating the Road Transport Employers Association and the NURTW and sundry associations like that, then what are you preparing for? Is that election? Look, you begin to get desperate over election if you are not going there to serve the people.
Let me allow Mr. Kunjimi
because
to
if
come
you are
in.
going to serve the people,
Yeah.
honestly, by the time they say you should leave the office and it is by the decision of the people, you accept it and go and prepare for the next election. Why this brigandage? Why this
Let me ask Mr.
desperation?
Kunjimi to come in. Mr. Kunjimi, is there jitter in the camp of the APC? It is alleged that there is large, widespread intimidation in the land coming from the APC. Those are the allegations there.
Well, thank you very much. I'm not a member of the APC, so I wouldn't know if there's jitters in the APC. But these allegations that he has come up with is, is strange to a lot of us, because you want to ask, is it the spokesperson or the representative of the traditional rulers, like he has mentioned? Is this the first time we're having elections in Lagos? Even when the PDP controlled the federal government and Lagos State was under the APC, in which they had all the apparatus of, states here in Lagos, we never heard of this type of allegations. So to some of us, it is very, very strange. He has also made the allegations about civil servants. I know very well that for somebody to be in the civil service, he has a tenure security. A civil servant cannot just be, dismissed or disciplined without going through the formal procedure.
So you're saying what Mr. Oluwo is saying is really not correct?
It is, I don't think so, but if he wants to help the system, I think it is imperative on you to admonish him to provide proofs. And if there are proofs, it behoves on him as a responsible citizen to avail the security agencies if these categories of people he has mentioned have made him their spokesperson to be reeling out, information about threats to, their lives or threats, to their office for election purposes. So if I were in his shoes, I think the most appropriate thing to do is to make these allegations backed with facts, make it public, and also avail the security agencies, because the security agencies are the security agencies of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They don't belong to either APC or PDP.
Have you sensed anything like intimidation? Have you heard?
I live in an environment that is dominated by people of different ethnic nationalities. And as we speak, we are still mingling with ourselves. We are still talking to ourselves. We are still having relationships.
Well, did you hear about what happened in Okota area of Lagos last election and the aftermath?
Yes, I heard about it. But you must also recognize that the PDP candidate, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, has become very, very famous for eating up the polity using ethnicity as a tool. You remember what he did in 2015. He even went further in 2015, where he was, threatening the people of Lagos that if you don't vote for former President Goodluck Jonathan, there will be war, that the country will become ungovernable. And even again in 2019, that same pattern, he has brought it back again.
So you're alleging that he uses
ethnicity.
Your allegation is that he uses ethnicity.
Look, go and look at his statement.
Because we also heard, and these are the allegations coming from the PDP, that they are threatening market people who are of indigenous stock,
you and I know very well that we are both not market men and women. It behoves on you as a journalist to embark on investigative journalism.
No.
Visit the markets and verify this.
Beyond the issues of investigation, the issues that we are discussing and the issues that are on the table, are these true?
Visit the markets.
Let me put it this way. I'm okay with him because he said he's not a member of the APC. And I'm not sure he's a politician, so he may not even know what is going on the political field. But if you ask anybody in Lagos today, the kind of things we saw in parts of Ikeja, in Surulere, in Ikota, which is part of the Oshodi Solo local government, come on. This is not how to...
Can you verify and validate?
I mentioned part of Mushin, and I mentioned Oshodi Solo. Now, you see, the issue is this. My colleague has said that Jimmy tried to threaten in 2015. I'm not aware of that. What I can remember very vividly was that a particular traditional ruler in Lagos did that. I don't want to mention names on this program. That non-indigenous, if they vote for a particular party, they will end up in the lagoon or Atlantic Ocean. I don't know, but that is by the way. What is important now is that we had a meeting last week, Thursday, and we had the meeting with the Secretary General of the Ohanese, and we got all the facts about what was happening. In fact, after the election on Monday, we had to call the police commissioner to deploy people to by the bridge of Oshodi, and that's Ikota, because they were preventing people from opening their shops.
Who were preventing them?
I'm sure they are the thugs, and we know the party that has been promoting thuggery in Lagos State. So
are you sure of what you're saying? Because now,
I am absolutely sure, Shehu,
that some political party is stopping...
We have written a petition to the police, which will be submitted to the commissioner tomorrow. Because if these things happen and you don't stop it, other violent groups are just waiting for the people that perpetrated the last one to go unpunished. They will unleash terror everywhere in this Lagos, and the police will have themselves to blame for it.
And these are all linked to the election?
These are serious security issues that the police should not...
Are these linked to the election of Saturday?
Absolutely, except you are not living in Lagos with us.
No. You are the ones who are playing on the field.
We are
watching you, and you will see what you...
As long as you have a phone in Lagos, you will know what is going on. There is serious brigandage, and people are planning violence. It's not just a threat. They did it during the last election. Look, people in Sokoto, in Guzo, all over the world saw it. What is my colleague saying? That there was no violence.
I've not said that. I've
The
not said.
violence was rampant.
Were there violence in? Did you see any kind of violence?
They carry ballot boxes, they burnt people's votes.
Because we covered also. We covered these things.
Where I
we saw
monitored,
them.
like I left Agege for Ifakoja to Ikeja to Etiosa, and for me, in all those areas, as a human being, I can't be everywhere because of I'm just one person and I have limited time. Also, in talking to my colleagues, we had these reports of violence in some parts, and if you recognize, that violence was not domiciled only in Lagos. We had violence in Rivers. We had violence in Imo. We had violence in
we're talking about the violence.
The
issues and some of the things that have caused, because we'll also try to talk about the solution. The ones in Lagos, for example, in Oshodi, in Mushin, in Okota, and the rest of it, are those linked to the elections?
Absolutely.
Well, I wouldn't know except if the police conducts an investigation. That is not my own responsibility.
But the allegation is
these are allegations,
these are
but
by some of your friends who are in the APC.
Well, the truth of the matter is that when an incident of violation of the law occurs, who is statutorily empowered, to take action with regards to that? Even you, the media, the best you can do is to report. The responsibility of the police is to investigate. It will not be responsible of me without the police investigation and reporting their findings for me to just be jumping to conclusions.
Why has the two parties majorly now use these two? Because the allegations that both of your parties are using, the ones that you support, are using the issues of ethnicity and the issues of religion in this election. So why has it come to that?
It's unfortunate that instead of political parties focusing on the issues confronting the people, some aspirants, because when I see persons that you expect to be knowledgeable, resorting to ethnicity and other primordial sentiments, it tells you clearly one thing, that this candidate has nothing to offer. You recollect.
Is that what plays out in your own camp?
Let me tell you what is surprising to me. That the police themselves, they agreed during the last election that this violence took place. What are we talking about?
Nobody is denying that.
So if violence has taken place,
yes,
and there is a pattern, it's not as if you have seen it in Shomolu, or you see it in Bariga, or you see it in Ajeromi Felodu. No. These are places that are, predominantly dominated by non-indigens. And the non-indigens, they are a major determinant of the voting pattern in Lagos for this election. Because they collected a lot of PVCs. And both parties are aware of that. And one particular party has the advantage because the non-indigens love them. So why should we go?
Is that your party?
Absolutely so. So why should we go?
The non-indigens love your party. Are you using that card in your favor?
Look, are they not Nigerians?
That's the ethnicity we are talking about.
It's not ethnicity. The people who are indigenous and non-indigenous, they love our party. But you know one thing? You have to look at the state as a whole. The wealth of a state is contributed by everybody who is engaging in commercial activities in the state. So you cannot discriminate against anybody. Non-indigenous will like you, indigenous will like you, foreigners will like you, those who can't vote. But the most important thing is whichever demographics is in love with you does not matter. What matters is, are you playing by the rules? Are you desperate? And are you willing to give a free space that was given to you 4 years ago?
Do you think that your party can win?
Look, winning an election is going to be based on the votes of the people. And we know the demographics.
Are you confident?
We have about 8 major demographic groups in Lagos. And we are doing very fine with 5 of them. So why would we not win?
Did you have that in 2015?
In 2015? No, we didn't have all that. I was not in the party at that time, but I did my analysis. I've been doing politics in this state for almost 30 years. And I know what I'm talking about.
Let me go to Mr. Akujimi.
Yeah.
Do you think APC can win this coming governorship election in Lagos?
Well, the truth of the matter is that Lagos has a pattern of progressivism. And, looking at the statistics, looking at the data on ground, I don't see that changing overnight. Even when the opposition party now, the former president came with, he opened the national vault, and he was domiciled in Lagos for much of the 6 weeks that the 2015 election was postponed. We all saw what transpired at the end of the day, that the people of Lagos spoke with their votes. So I don't see that changing because, Lagos is a traditional, progressive, politically inclined people right from the days of the, pre-colonial eras. So in 2019...
You think PDP does not have a chance?
Well, I wish them the best of luck. But I can assure you, I have that conviction within me that looking at the voting pattern of the people of Lagos from time, even since 1999, even when PDP controlled the federal government from 1999 to 2015,
right.
Even when they come to Lagos and they try to intimidate Lagosians, at the end of the day, the people of Lagos have always stood out, with their votes.
Right.
And I expect that also to play out on Saturday.
I must sincerely thank you.
Let me just make one last comment.
We need to go now.
There is no pattern to voting. PDP was winning the federal government for 16 years. It changed to APC. Anything can change. Lagos is going to change this election. Yeah.
You are the one saying Otoge.
Otoge, yes.
What does that mean?
That means enough is enough. The present order must change.
He worked in Kwara in the last election.
He's going to work in Lagos.
Okay.
And he's going to work in Oyo State.
Okay. You recognize that the incident in Kwara was propelled by the armed robbery attack in Offa.
They promoted the Kwara event.
There's no armed robbery attack in Lagos. So we don't have a godfather of armed robbers in Lagos.
They funded the Otoge in Lagos, in Kwara.
You see another allegation.
So let them come.
We need to go now,
let Otoge work here.
Thank you so much for coming. Mr. Wale,
thank you so much.
Well, that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure I'll come out later. Bye-bye.